you're right. We hope we're wrong. Kenny.
Hey, what's up, Pony?
Not much, buddy. Welcome back, everyone, to the Kenny and the Pony Show, which is today is June 11, 2026. And it looks like Central Standard Time at 6:47 p.m.
Yep.
And Kenny,
We,
the only thing I can tell you about sports today is that the World Cup kicked off today in Mexico City. And that's about all I can tell you about it.
yeah, a little bit of riding in New York last night, but
Right. We'll talk about that next, but I do have to ask this question. Have you ever really watched a full game of soccer?
soccer is like golf, and to an extent like baseball, with the exception of the World Series. But it's my go-to-sleep sports.
Okay.
If I sit down and start watching it, if I want to, take a quick nap,
Sure.
I'll start watching that, and then I'll be asleep, before too long. So.
I have all the respect in the world for them because I know they run continuously.
Oh, it's a brutal sport. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
But I can't hardly watch it.
Yeah.
It's a tough. I think
I don't understand the rules either. I got the overall understanding of it, but
Right.
the specifics, like the fouls and
The offsides.
I don't understand it all, so that makes it more difficult to follow.
Oh, I hear you about that. Now you said rioting in New York. What was that? You brought something up about
Oh yeah. The Knicks and Spurs game last night. I didn't
Well,
watch it, but yeah.
it's supposed to have been I watched the last 3 minutes on the highlights, and it was considered the biggest comeback in NBA history as far as a finals.
Yeah,
Uh,
they did say that on the news.
or is it considered the biggest choke in history?
Depends on which state you're living in.
Right. Just wondered about that.
Yeah,
But it was impressive. Um,
they were down by 31 with like 3 minutes left or something like that. So
it was very impressive. I
yeah.
thought they
Hmm.
played well together. I had, like I told you, we always do a game. I got a question.
Yep, that's
I'll
the
answer,
game.
and I'll answer it first because give you time to answer. Okay.
Okay.
And this is pretty an easy one.
Hmm.
Name 3 musical acts or performers you would like to see live. And I've kind of already I've already got my list. So
Okay.
think about what and just listen to what I'm doing. Okay, one of my favorites that I found online. Everybody knows this guy, but I'm not sure how well they know him as far as his musical talent, as far as acoustical guitar. He played with Chet Atkins some, I think, way back in the. Maybe I'm not sure, but I know he was a fan of him, and he picked up all of his stuff.
Hmm.
It's Brad Paisley. I would love to see Brad Paisley live.
I've
I
seen him twice.
Oh,
Been the best concerts I've ever been. If I haven't been to a lot of concerts, but probably a dozen, a little over a dozen.
where did you
But
see
the
him?
the top two favorites are both of his that I've been to.
Where did you see him?
BLK Center.
Okay, so they were stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
It all like he had electric guitars and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. He's real big into the tech part of it. I mean, a lot of technology. Lot not lighting as far as like flash lighting and all that. It's lighting like on the stage, like holographics and all that kind of stuff. So
If I had my wish, I know how good he is on acoustic.
yeah.
Acoustic only, no electric, nothing, just
Hmm.
guitar and him and maybe somebody else with a bass acoustic.
Hmm.
He is phenomenal.
He is. Yeah.
So I would have loved to see something like that. Yeah, and go in a heartbeat. Okay, the other one is I'd actually kind of like to see Blake Shelton, especially if Gwen Stefani is going to open for him, his wife.
That'd be cool.
If his wife was going to play with him,
Yeah.
yes. And the last one, which is more of a rock,
Hmm.
uh, he's more new or newish to us. He's been around a while, and he started out as a rapper, Then he started doing YouTube stuff. Then he was hard rock Nirvana stuff.
Yeah.
Now he's put out a country album. His name is Post Malone,
Hmm.
and I'd like to see him live.
Okay.
Especially if he were to do, if for sure he was going to do all the genres that he was, that he's performed before,
Yeah.
and he's not
Yeah.
just one specific one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's very talented. So, do you have three that you can rattle off right now?
Mm, let's see. I would love, of course, he's passed now, but I would love to have seen Ozzy.
Right,
I mean,
right,
who wouldn't want to see Ozzy live?
right. But this
Yeah,
is more of
yeah,
a live one
yeah.
though.
But it's still okay, still alive.
Yeah, because we like
Yeah,
Elvis Presley on that one for me. Yeah,
well, yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. Mm.
So
Still alive. Mm. Mm.
and John Lennon, throw that one out too.
Yeah,
He's
true. Yeah. Um, on the rock side of it, I'd probably enjoy seeing Guns N' Roses.
right.
Just because it was kind of they became popular when I was in high school, and I was into that.
The
Yeah,
nostalgia airband
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they're not bad.
yeah,
I've
I enjoyed listening to them over like Poison and Journey and all that. Even those are good too. But yeah, country. I don't know. I've never been a huge concert person. I like concerts, but not. I don't just gravitate to them like some people do. Um, a lot of them I like to see are rock bands though.
Okay,
I like to see Five Finger Death Punch.
that's cool.
Yeah, they're
It's not on my radar. That's cool.
yeah I like their music. But I mean, try to think of a good country one. I'd enjoy seeing Garth.
I've seen him a couple of times.
Yeah,
But just
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I saw him at the National FFA convention, in Kansas City. That was just when he was getting started. I think whenever he performed there, that we watched was "Friends in Low Places" was his single that was out at that time. So that's how long ago it's been.
Someone that I know from Stillwater told me that uh, he when their parents had went out to see him when he was doing the residency in Vegas,
Hmm.
and it was just him and his guitar, nobody else.
Yeah,
They said that was the best because he
yeah.
was doing all of his old stuff,
Hmm.
and it's just him. And that's kind of what I want to see out of Brad Paisley too. That's kind of like my point. Um, when you strip them down, you really can tell whether or not they got the talent or not.
Yeah.
Not
Hmm.
everybody can just sing and play their own guitar.
Yeah.
Just can't do it.
So
No.
yeah. Now,
I, Elvis Presley even said he only knew three chords
mm,
on the guitar.
yeah, he knew them three though.
He knew how to sing.
Yeah.
Okay, God gave him a voice, and he knew how to sing. That was his thing, and
Yeah.
he was a showman, no
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, but really know the musical notes, not no,
Hmm.
no.
Have you seen George Strait?
I've seen him twice,
Yeah,
maybe three
I've
times.
seen him. I saw him once. That's a pretty good concert. It's
Yes.
not it's not flashy like the others, but it was
Yeah,
good.
well, okay. Here's the
Yeah.
thing, though, and this is what I would tell people about George Strait. He's going to stand up there at the microphone.
Yeah.
He's going to stand there for about hour and a half to 2 hours, and he's
Play
going to
his
hit
guitar.
after hit
Yeah.
after hit. You're going to recognize every song of George Strait.
Hmm.
And back in the younger days, I'll say about his concerts, when you went, I would tell you it was probably some the most bunch of good looking women in one spot that
That
I've ever
would
been is at the George Strait concert.
that would
The women
probably
love George Strait, buddy.
that would probably be true again if he, right now too. So
I'm just saying it's if you there are a lot of young females and older females. He has got women from ages from eight,
yeah.
18 to 80. I
Yeah.
mean, just
Right.
love love to go meet him. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and
So yeah,
they just sing Amarillo by morning, and they just all
yeah.
just,
I'll tell you another really good concert I saw, and these guys had a lot of like pyrotechnics, and stuff, and light show, but it was Zach Brown.
oh,
That
okay.
that was the most intense concert I've ever been to. It was it sounded rock out there at the end. I mean, it was just loudest concert I've ever been to. The the noisiest, the most light, everything. It was wicked.
He's not bad. He's
Yeah.
not bad. Zach Brown's
Mm, yeah.
he's the one that sings the chicken fry song, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Mm.
He's not bad.
Chicken fried, Highway 20 ride.
I
So
think he's pretty good with his instruments too. I think he can play hard rock just as much as he can play country.
yeah.
He, he's
Hmm.
a very talented guy. I just thought we'd dive into something like that
Yeah. Heck yeah.
before we start into the other stuff, maybe. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. I got a question for you, Kenny. Let's get
Okay.
this out of the way. Was there someone, and name that person, that informed you who the winners of the Preakness and the Belmont, who, if anyone, texted you the sleeper picks to the winners of those two legs of the Triple Crown? Who texted you?
I'm not going to name any names, but it rhymes with Oni. Yep.
I'm taking
Mm,
credit on this one. I
yeah.
and you got the text to prove it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
I just
And the Golden Tempo was going to be my choice too for the Belmont, but not for the Preakness. So
but I picked the
yeah.
Napoleon solo. I told you I was just
Yeah.
we had watched him
Yeah.
and I just felt like the distance that and how he was running,
Yeah.
that was just going to be the perfect race for him. And he was going to be tough to beat, and he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And Gold Tempo was out. He didn't. Golden Tempo did not run in the Preakness. See, they scratched him, and so Golden Tempo only ran in two or three races.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that in which look, and here's the thing, Kenny. I don't really harp on that for one reason and one reason alone. If you watch those races, Golden Tempo won. The last 200 yards, he ran like a quarter horse. He was pounding the ground. Odds are he comes up sore every time he runs like that, and it
Hmm.
takes about a month or two to get over that. I mean, really have to
Yeah.
condition. They
Well,
call it
and it isn't that why they didn't run him in the um wait a minute
Gold,
who
Golden Tempo won the Kentucky,
yeah.
stayed out of the
Okay,
Preakness.
yeah, okay, so yeah, so now
Won-
I'm thinking, yeah, that's the reason they kept him out of the Preakness, was because of that very
More than
reason. So
likely, they
yeah,
don't specify, but that's normally
it's probably
that's
what it is.
yeah. Whenever you
Yeah.
watch the last of the races, he's how he wins
Mm-hmm.
all the way from behind and wins, and at the very end, he's
Yeah.
pounding the ground hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of the time they all come up sore usually,
Yeah.
unless they're on drugs. Okay, you know we won't go there. Well, the
It's just,
drug testers figure that one out on their own because they hair follicle down, so it's not exactly like they can get away with it,
yeah.
you know. So, but that's the way he ran though. He runs like a quarter horse the last 200 yards of the race. He just pounds the ground, outruns everybody.
Yeah.
That final stretch. So
He's and he is he a young horse?
they're all 3-year-olds when they run in the
Um, okay. All right.
that when the
So,
futurities are 2-year-olds,
mm-hmm.
dirt 3-year-olds.
Okay.
So anyway, pardon
Mm.
me. A little
And then the
product
rent.
an ad there for the to where we went. If we get free places to stay in Hawaii, Kenny, you're gonna thank me later.
There we go.
Big Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Anyway,
the horse we watched win in Arkansas come in second. So no, come
good.
in third. Come in third in um, the Belmont. So
Yeah. Is what it
and
is.
he was the pick to win the Belmont. So overall pick. The favorite rather.
Was the Renegade?
Renegade, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just it just wasn't. Those were not his races, and who's to say he may end up winning a bunch more later in the 4-year-old stuff.
Yeah.
Renegade's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, he was always right around there.
Hmm.
It's it just takes a special horse on these because they're different distances, and you got to be able to know the condition of the horse and how they run, and that
Yeah.
there'll always be the second guessing now that this horse didn't run in the Preakness, okay? But as a trainer, you probably don't give a crap because the truth is, if you didn't have the extra time to rest and get it back into condition again, then you would have never won the third race, right?
Exactly.
So anyway, but it's
That lady knows what she's doing. That's for
that's
sure.
right, and it's nice that if a young lady is the trainer,
Hmm.
first
So,
time ever, all that jazz.
first time to win the Kentucky Derby, the inch time won the Belmont. So that's pretty impressive. So,
Well, do you have anything major you'd like to talk about?
um, not really. I was pretty sick over the weekend. In fact, really wasn't feeling great up till just about really yesterday. So,
How many viewers do we have on right now? Do we have any live?
uh, let's see here. Show me got. I don't. Well, the board on top here doesn't show any, but my phone's showing 25. So I don't know. So yeah,
I gotta say.
I got to turn my volume down.
Okay.
Mhm.
My iPad is giving me what do you call that? Closed captioning and all the words we're saying. It's good. But
Oh,
it's
is it?
yeah, it's about a 10-second delay on mine though.
Yeah, I turn my yeah, I got the closed caption on my phone too. Had to turn the volume down on it.
So we don't have anybody really right now?
Nope, doesn't look like it.
Okay.
But
Well,
it'll be up. They can go back and watch it too. So
on here or
on here or YouTube. Yeah, he,
well,
yeah. You got to quit dragging stuff across your microphone area. It's yeah there yeah yeah
that
yeah that.
okay.
It sounds like tornado and thunder and lightning hitting all at one time. Yeah,
Well, that's just the Oklahoma City Thunder because they lost and they're crying.
yeah. I did not expect them to lose like they did, but it happens.
It does, and it begs the question: what next? Were they just a
Well,
blip on the radar? Or,
San Antonio. Well, they're dominant, but San Antonio had just had their number all season. Before the series that they played, they'd already played 5 times this year, and San Antonio beat them 4 of those times. So
Knicks, I feel like Knicks came out of nowhere, man. And I know
yeah,
I don't pay attention. Sorry, there's a fly in here.
yeah.
Don't don't pay enough attention to the NBA during the regular season. Maybe they've been just great all along, but it just seems like they come out of nowhere. They all play. They pulled it all together at the end of the season.
Yeah, right when it counts.
Gelled,
Yeah.
yes, right when it counts. Exactly. That's always nice to see
Mm.
if you're a fan of theirs. Uh,
San Antonio's got one former OSU player on their team. So
which one?
the
Oh
Indian
yeah,
guy. I can't think of his name right
yeah,
now.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember his name either.
But he was pretty good at it. He
He's Norman. Yeah.
yeah. He's from Norman. He went to school with Trey Young.
Okay.
They and because Trey went to OU and this guy went to OSU and in an interview they asked him what he thought of him and he said he wasn't didn't really get along with him. But yeah, he played at OSU. He was a pretty good star there. Then he went to I believe I believe the Thunder drafted him and he was reserve and then he left the Thunder and got traded to LA and then he got traded to the Spurs. So
All I know is they're loaded.
yeah,
Phew.
no, they got a 7'4" or whatever he is.
Okay, and I hear that is a uh, underestimate. I
Yeah,
was told with the shoes on and everything, he's really closer to 7'6". Okay,
and can shoot the ball and shoot 3-pointers from half court.
I know
So that makes you. I mean, if you can shoot 3-pointers, being that size, then yeah.
he's going to be a menace for
Could,
years.
could you imagine if he had Shaq's body size, feel on him? He
Uh,
would. He'd be a monster.
oh, another sports related thing. I didn't know if you saw this.
Hmm.
Bob Simmons, the former coach of Oklahoma State, passed.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Yep.
Kenny, we discussed the websites we kind of look at for
Hmm.
OSU.
Hmm.
I got on Pistols Firing and saw that because I
Yeah,
saw the feed, and I was looking into it. They had all these YouTube clips of highlights of the stuff back in uh, the 1990s when he was the coach.
yeah.
I would like to comment
Okay,
extensively on this,
okay.
how I feel about Bob Simmons and that era. Sometimes I think it's underevaluated. Sometimes I think they all want to look and give more credit to Gundy, maybe even some credit to Les Miles.
Hmm.
Perhaps they do deserve that some.
Yeah,
But you need to understand that we hadn't won the Bedlam game since the 1960s until this man came to town.
exactly.
And moreover, the teams before the years before he came here, which was when we were dead smack middle going to school there. Okay.
That'd been the Pat Gundy era.
Now,
Pat Gundy. The coach,
Jones.
Pat Jones. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pat Gundy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Both.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
both.
yeah. Pat been the Pat Jones era.
There were seasons where I went to school there where I think they didn't even win one game. Or if they did, it was probably a Division two. Oh,
The year I went, they won a couple of games because I went to some and they won some. But then I think it was a year after that is whenever they went on that 2-year losing streak or whatever. So
I was there.
mm,
Okay, knee deep. And so
yeah,
when we had Tony Lindsay, I thought we were given a gem. Okay,
hmm,
just a sparkling sapphire or something, whatever.
yeah.
We're not a diamond, damn it. We didn't win it. We don't win at all. You're not a diamond. So I'm not.
Maybe a cubic zirconium.
At least it was instead of coal because we were dealing
Yeah,
with coal, buddy. And
yeah.
when I first started going to school there, and all the buddies that I went to school there always remember this: you're going to school here not because of the football team, and it's true. That's not why I went there. I didn't go to school or to go at OSU for the football team.
Yeah.
I went there because I was an ag major. Okay,
Hmm.
so I get
Same.
it. I get it, and that's what kind of the spirit I have still a little bit with it. But the truth be told on this, if once you start winning, these expectations start coming, and even with the newer fans, and I have to explain. It's explaining to the younger bunch, you don't get it. We were way low for if they were
Mm,
these fans now, if they're in their 20s, Kenny, they don't know a world of Pat Jones.
no,
Yeah,
they weren't born.
they weren't born.
Mm-mm.
So all they know are 8 to 9 to 10 game winning seasons. You
Yep.
know what? So
Yeah.
ex-
They've never experienced this.
expectations are already there for the younger bunch.
Yeah.
So I had to explain. So to me, this is what Bob Simmons means to me.
Yeah.
He This is the beginning of the winning. Okay, this
Yeah.
is the beginning of it. The
Hmm.
What became contagious to the alums and all that, and you can
Yeah.
still, I still am around the older alums every once in a while, and good Lord, just like they just lay down like sheep instead of fighting back and wanting to win. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's what it feels like. It's like, are you guys? I mean, they're like, well, we don't give a crap.
Yeah.
And it's because they've been used to losing so long. They don't want to put the whatever it takes to win. Tell you what, I did miss about it when I was watching the excerpts. I don't know if you're remembering, but I loved listening to Bill Teagan's. The
Mm-hmm.
highlights had Bill Teagan's calling the game.
Yep.
I know the guys are pretty good now. I'm not going to harp at them, but good Lord,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Teagan's wonderful to listen to.
Yeah. That
Passion,
was sad deal about that plane crash.
absolutely.
Yeah.
He had so much passion for the game,
Yeah.
for OSU. I know
Re-
he was a TU alum, but and that's what one of my friends would always say at OSU about it.
Yeah.
He'd always say, you can tell he's not really from here. And I said, why is that? He said, listen to the hope. Listen to the hope in his voice. He said, Tom Dorado's the one that's from here. And he's like, well, there's a minute left of the game. Calm down, Bill. Maybe something could happen. And sometimes it would,
Yeah.
they don't, the OSU was bad to tank a game in the last minute. They always were. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bill would be like, oh, we got this one, and I loved the optimism. Dorado was the one that always brought him down. He'd bring him down.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yep.
hang on, Bill. We got
Mm-hmm.
seconds left, you know.
Yeah. I'm sitting there looking. I was thinking there was another former OSU person that passed away recently.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
it was
Derek Alexander.
yeah, it was also the Terry Don Phillips. It was the former athletic director.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
This was 3 hours ago. They posted Cowboy football mourns loss of former player Derek Alexander. Thank you
what
for 33 years of service with the Tulsa Police Department.
what year was he at OSU?
Uh, that does not say. Let me look in the comments, and he looks younger than us, so it would have been.
Did he get shot or something?
I don't know. Um, yeah, all the comments are just prayers for his family and that kind of stuff. So,
Huh.
but oh wait, no, he here it is. Born in '68, so he's a little bit old. He was 5 years older than us.
He's a year younger than my sister, so
Yeah,
he would have been
he's
around. He would have been playing in Boz's
yeah,
era.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or he would have been playing. What position was he in?
It doesn't say.
He might have been playing during Barry's time.
Yeah. Let's see.
More than likely, he
Say
was.
Derek Alexander. Uh,
That's right about that time.
football. I'm AIing it.
Chat GPT.
Actually, this is Gemini. I use them both extensively daily. With the name, okay, okay. Well, the name Derek Alexander is most famous in football circles from standouts in the '90s NFL wide receiver who played for Michigan, Cleveland, Kansas City. There's a distinct connection to Oklahoma State football through his family line and regional gridiron scene.
So did he play at OSU or not?
Let's see. The direct ties to the Cowboys come from. Okay, he played his senior. He played his. Well, it says the direct tie comes from. Oh, his. Okay, so Derek Alexander. There's a senior and a junior. It's the senior that passed away. He played for OSU, and then it was his son that was did all this other stuff and played in the NFL.
Hmm.
So, so it was Derek Alexander Senior that passed away.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Legendary figure in Oklahoma State football community, both time on gridiron and massive athletic legacy passed down to his family. Trying to find out what position he played. Doesn't say. He was from Tulsa originally, looks like. Yeah. Wait, no. It doesn't say. It might, and I'm just not catching it. But yeah, I'm not going to sit there and keep digging through
Okay,
it. Yeah.
gotcha. I was thinking about several things.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what I want to talk about next.
Right.
Um,
It's you can't see it because it's blurred out, but the behind me the TV has got the debate for the four of the Republican governor candidates
do
for
you have a
Oklahoma.
favorite?
Mm, I can't remember his name, but there was on all the if every commercial is filled full of nothing but political commercials, and they're all just telling every commercial is claiming the others are all a bunch of liberals, except for one guy, and he didn't sling. At least the commercials I seen, he didn't sling any mud at all. He
Eckles?
no, no, it
Which
wasn't him. It starts with an M. His last name starts with an M. I can't remember what it is.
he slang?
But
I saw he slung some Kenny.
did he?
Yeah,
Okay.
Trump. He's one Trump backed, and everybody. Yeah,
No, no, this isn't the guy that Trump's backing. I don't believe.
Drummond is the one. All the guys from Stillwater. I don't know if this will help or not, but Drummond's the one that everybody in Stillwater likes because he's a cattle guy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, ranch out there, and hell, Kerr Drummond. They got a building named after him out there. Yeah, he's got money. Okay,
Yeah,
but he's not. I don't think he's as bad as some of them. But I'm not saying I 100% endorse them, but the other ones I can't.
yeah.
One of those deals.
McCall is who I was thinking.
Okay, okay. But I honestly, Drummond is the
Yeah,
guy out in Stillwater that everybody likes. I mean, he's got his brother's like one of the doctors over there.
yeah. He's probably the front runner as far as
I
from
don't
what
know
I
if he's
feel.
a runner, but I think he's been attacked by Trump, and Trump doesn't like him, which might indicate he might be pretty good. And
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
Republican.
yeah.
Okay, so but I will tell you this, and I will weigh in on this. This is why we talked, and I'll tell everybody here. Kenny and I had a conversation before we started recording because I wanted to make sure this gets out on YouTube before Tuesday, and he thinks it's
Mm-hmm.
out on Saturday. Okay, I know John Eckles. I went to
Okay,
law school with John Eckles. Let me
okay.
get this out. I didn't know him very well. I knew his brother way better. He was in law school with us too. Matt
Mm-hmm.
Eckles. Hi, Matt. You can say hi, Matt. I've been to his
Hey, Matt.
house.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. One time I was at his house. I met him and his wife, Jamel Holloway, and his girlfriend. It was just me, and they're all five of us hanging out.
Yeah,
I got a story on that later, but I'll just tell you, and it's harmless. So anyway, but
yeah,
with the Jamel, as first time
yeah.
I met Jamel Holly, and it was in 2002, 2 weeks before the Red River rivalry, because I was talking about seeing him there, and Jamel said, "I'll be the one wearing the mink coat." And I said, "Well, I'll be easy to spot. My name's Pony." And he said, "I won't forget that name." But I
Yeah,
didn't meet up with him later.
yeah.
Anyway, Matt's a good guy. I hadn't talked to him a long, long time. Hope he's doing well. What I know about John Eckles is this: I have paid attention to his career, especially what his political stances. I agree with him 80% of the time. There's 20% out there when I won't go into that I don't necessarily agree with him on.
Okay.
But here's the thing about John Eckles. John Eckles is from Oklahoma. John Eckles deserves more respect than the advertisements they've had against him. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's big. Who are these people? I looked them up, Kenny. The Oklahoma Port Council has been hijacked by an Illinois woman, a woman from Illinois who went to Black Hawk College and married some guy that's a Mexican, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
moved in here and has been hired by the Oklahoma Port Council. The Oklahoma Port Council has been hijacked by a Northern Illinois carpetbagger. Okay. The other people who also put the ads out for John Eckles, they're not from here either. They've been dealing with Georgia elections.
Yeah.
And okay, and they're from Washington insiders wanting to slam people from Oklahoma who know Oklahomans.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. I don't completely agree with John Eckles on things, not 100%, but he doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
And I just want to throw that out. These
Yeah.
people are horrible. And this is the reason, Kenny, why I harped last week, or what 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks
whatever,
ago. Yeah.
okay, about getting rid of corporations out of these elections. That's exactly what they are.
Hmm.
These corporations, and they need to get the hell out of the elections 100%. No power at all to be involved with them at all. Take it away from them. And this is where the state. Now, I'm going to tell you how bad the state is, Kenny. They have a state question this year on
Yeah.
raising the minimum wage.
Yeah.
I'm going to translate that for you.
Go
The
for it.
the legislators are so weak and bought and paid for, they won't even put the bill up themselves. They had to wait till the people had to do thousands and thousands of signatures to get the damn thing on the ballot because they wouldn't get off their ass to help the people.
Yeah. Yep.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Do you disagree with me?
Don't disagree with it all.
The
Yep.
people had to get together and get signatures because the legislators wouldn't help the people.
Yeah.
They're only going to help the corporations. Enough.
Hmm.
That's it. Please
I,
get
I I don't disagree with you at all on that.
please get this out by
Yeah.
Saturday or
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yep. Oh yeah.
People need to see this because I plan on whatever the hell they call it. They where dump this little copy link here and there. They need to see this,
Hmm.
and they're not understanding what they're dealing with. They're watching this shit on TV. These advertisements out there are horrible. And I'm not saying John's perfect. I'm saying that right
Sure.
now.
Yeah.
He's
Sure.
not.
Hmm.
Okay. There's some things I disagree with him on. And like I
Yeah.
said, I agree with 80% of it. The other cats, I agree less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing, John's from here. He knows what's going on with the people. These son of a bitches are out for not even around here. From Illinois, Kenny.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. They have no business being in our politics.
They have no business. She owns a house here now. So does the other guy. The other guy talked about the one that was dealing with Georgia. He's the same one that doesn't believe in climate control and all that shit, or climate
Climate
change.
change.
Yeah, none of that. He's living in Nichols Hills. Most people can't afford to live in Nichols Hills in Oklahoma. Let him know right now he lives in Nichols Hills.
Yeah.
Okay, it's bullshit. We're getting dealt all this, and this is why you want corporations out of all those advertisements, and that's because they're carpetbaggers.
Hmm.
Horrible. That's it.
Yeah.
And now to these messages.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, let me go on to something else too, by the way, because I know that there was something else I was going to. Let's play true or false. Kenny, true or false? The United States, at one time in its history, outlawed a vegetable.
True.
Do you know which one?
Nope.
What
Ve-
makes you, what made you go with it?
Because it just sounds so outlandish. It's got to be true.
Did I was watching a thing on something that was in the 1920s, artichokes,
Okay.
artichoke dip, all that stuff.
Hmm.
Couldn't be had.
Really.
The Italian mafia had cornered the market in the 1920s. So instead of just saying, we might let this one slide because it's food,
Hmm.
they just because they couldn't control anything, so they just said, "No, we'll just outlaw it." Have we gotten any smarter since 1920 with the what It's a legitimate question.
We've
With our
we have
regulation,
more access to information, but I don't think we've gotten smarter.
right? As far as our morals,
I
uh,
think that's gone downhill.
right. I mean, what if it's gone downhill? Then what the hell was that in the 1920s? Putting someone in prison because you had a damn vegetable?
Yeah.
Same with weed. I mean, it's the same thing necessarily, but
I'm
one
gonna
they
I'm
both
gonna I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say the artichoke is probably better for you than the weed. So
well they eat poke salad too, Kenny. Is it
yeah,
outlawed? And poke salad will kill you. My grandparents cooked it,
my grandparents did too. Kept trying to get me to eat it, and I didn't like it.
but it's poisonous.
If it gets too big, it is.
And then but we don't regulate it.
Yeah.
It'll kill you.
mm
Okay. A lot of hypocrisy. A lot of hypocrisy on that.
Well, there's no money in poke, so
Again to that money thing,
yeah,
Kenny.
yeah.
It
That's what it boils down to.
it had nothing to do with, it being harmful though. That's my point. It's nothing to be it was because someone couldn't regulate it. And they didn't need to be regulated in the first place because they never killed anybody.
Yeah.
Wild. Wow. I really truly believe when the history books are written 200 years from now, they're going, oh my God, what the hell were these people thinking? Is it real? Was money? I mean, is that all they're about? They didn't want to help out their fellow man. It's just awful. I mean, it
Exactly.
just really always has been this way to a certain degree in America.
Yeah.
It's all been all about money.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I want to answer a question
Okay.
that you asked me 2 weeks ago, and I looked into this, and I got a better answer for you because you sprung something on me. It was a huge question.
Okay.
What would it take to get the universal health care back? That was your question.
Mm-hmm.
The answer to your question is how did England get it and all the European countries that do have it? How did they get it in the first place? And I know the answer to that question. Kenny, we participated in World War II. We had one battle here, which was in the islands, which was in Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
but this mainland was never attacked.
Yeah.
They were pounded over in Europe. The Queen of England was a mechanic for the British Army repairing all their automobiles. The royal family was hands on deck. They were all in it together. So when they were done after being through it together and coming out through the other side of that war, they looked at each other and go, "Why don't we all take care of ourselves too and with health?"
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do that.
Makes sense.
We had the opportunity, like I told you, with Ted Kennedy and Nixon, and Kennedy wrote about it. Everybody was being drafted together. Okay. Everybody's going to the military together. It was right there on the cusp. And then as soon as the corporations came in a couple of years later, they undid the draft where there's no more draft. So now you don't have a bond with people.
Yeah.
And now you got division. And now they want to talk about bathrooms. And they want to talk and how many people are really jamming up the bathrooms. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. They want to talk about all these things that divide us. But here we had this opportunity to all be in it together, and they were like, no, the upper elite wanted the money, and even Eisenhower warned, everybody about this. They were like, the call it the military industrial complex. I think that's the name what they
I
call
think
it.
that sounds right.
It's where it's all about the war machine. All these corporations getting, okay, it's getting this money and all this, that, and the other. And I just don't believe that shit should be happening. We're not in war now for sure, you know,
Yeah.
on everything that's going now. But as far as getting it back, I don't ever see it happening until education, getting the corporations out, but in something maybe that would bond us together. And war is the only thing in the past that's done that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yeah.
was, you know,
The,
it's
the
outside
close. Yeah. The
outside threat of tyranny.
The
Okay.
closest thing in our lifetime that's bonded us was 9/11.
Right.
So
Right. Correct. But that's the whole thing is just
mm,
ludicrous. I mean,
yeah,
as far as what here recently, what's been going on, but you asked me about healthcare, and there's my answer.
yeah,
That's how Europe got it done. They were all
it,
hands on deck, lucky to be alive.
hmm
They understood it. They're getting the bomb hell out of them, and they were like, okay, let's take care of everybody
take
now.
care of each other.
Yeah, let's take
Yeah,
care of each other because we're gonna have to
yeah.
stick together to get through this.
hmm
They
It makes perfect sense.
we don't have that.
Yeah.
So there's that. And there was something else I was going to bring up on this that you would like. I think that might be it. I know I sent you a question earlier in the week that I thought we would talk about, but we've talked so much
Uh,
politics and things
time
like
to
that. You know the question. I've sent it to you. I just think we'll table it for next week because
yeah.
it's one of those
It's not time sensitive.
negative. You're
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
It's correct. It's not time sensitive. That's a perfect term for it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we'd like to discuss with all that.
I'm,
Is there any sports?
nope. Sports. I mean, baseball's in full swing, and you got the NBA finals and the soccer World Cup. So that's about it.
I didn't know if there's anything new on the college football front. I did. Yeah, there is. There's a story.
Okay.
Okay, this is off the cuff. Well, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. You can pull it up as we go if you want to.
Okay.
Supposedly, there's a judge down in Texas going to allow this kid to keep playing that's been caught gambling on their own team. I don't know.
I saw that a couple
And the
days ago.
Big
Yeah.
12 ADs and all that are all saying
Mm,
they should boycott the game.
yeah. I don't remember who it was or what school it was or anything, but I remember seeing the
Tech,
story.
Texas Tech.
Was it Tech?
Yeah, I don't know the
Okay.
name of the
Okay.
player, but it was
Yeah.
Texas Tech.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're wanting to boycott Tech. You know,
Yeah. Now that you say that, now I remember. Let's see. Uh, in fact, now a friend of mine is a big Tech fan, and I think she's the one that posted it. Let me see if I can find it.
I got something else to talk about after that.
Hmm. Let's see. Well, I'm not seeing it. I think it was yesterday that she posted that. She posts more than I do.
By the way, we're
Hmm.
going to we're going to talk a little more about efficiency in government. Uh, I I got a story for you. You want to talk about, and it's right down our alley because it's all about ranching.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard about the new screw worms that have been found in Texas?
Vaguely.
Okay. What those are, my dad came over and talked to me about it today. What those are is whenever a baby calf is born, these screw worms get in the umbilical cord in their butt and their belly button, right?
Hmm.
Okay. And you got to go in there and you got to dig them out. And you have to, they said the old timers, how they did it is they would spray this some sort of thing in it and it'd kill them. And then after they get it all out of there, you have to put them the smear. It's the same type of smear we used when we castrated them, the steers back in the
Yeah. Yeah.
bull steer.
Hmm.
What it does is keep the flies out because
Yeah.
all these screw worms are coming from the flies and stuff, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why we have a screw worm fly problem, Kenny? I know the answer, and I'm gonna teach you why.
Why?
Because the United States government, in their infinite wisdom, said that some of these cattle down in Texas have a flesh-eating disease, and instead of putting them down, They just thought they were going to just dump all these flies on them, and they thought that would take care of it. Well, guess what? All the farmers like, screw that. We're going to give our cattle Ivomec because Ivomec kills 99% of all of these screwworms. And
Hmm.
what are they doing? All they're making is a problem, and obviously the screwworms are not, or the flies are not going to go near to the cattle with that have the bacteria on it. They're still going to have to treat those cattle, right? Because
Yep.
they got Ivomec not is not a it's a dewormer.
Yeah.
It's not an antibiotic.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't know what the hell these people are thinking in the United States Department of Agriculture. Do you understand what I'm getting at? How this is going to,
Hmm.
the
Yeah. 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 Ivomec.
I know you're
The the
talking
the
on it for
the
human
the
consumption,
the COVID-19 drug.
but it's good for worms,
Yeah.
cattle.
It's a dewormer.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. I used to give it to my horses.
Okay, and this is going to work on that.
Hmm.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, well, 99% is what they're saying is effective on them. But that the whole thing, the whole purpose though, is so that they do get infected to get the bacteria out. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Why didn't you just tell the rancher, hey, you're gonna have to either get rid of your cattle that have this, okay, or you're gonna have to have to do antibiotics on them.
Yeah.
Why? Well, it's just cheaper just to dump the flies on them. That's not going to work because nobody
Yeah.
was. How often did you ever want to work around horses and cattle when the flies were just so damn bad? I hated it.
Miserable.
We would always put on the cattle that they dust them. They'd call it
Yeah.
dusting back in the day.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like a looked like a comet, almost like
Yeah.
a comet. You
What
saw,
wasn't it? Wasn't it Seven Dust?
probably that's what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
I worked cattle all my
Yeah.
life.
Seven is an insecticide.
My grandfather used it when I was working hands on
Mm.
throwing the cattle back in the day at Connors. They
Mm.
used it,
Hmm.
and I know it shifted because I got out of the cattle business pretty much
Yeah.
hands on with it when I was in college because I was doing other things in Stillwater. But I knew that they'd gone to more of the pour on on the back of the cow or calf or
Hmm.
bull,
Yeah. Yeah
the pour
the pour on. Yeah.
pour on,
Hmm.
and it works great. I mean,
Hmm.
and I think it got everything, not just the flies. It did the worming too because that was Ivomec stuff.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get you're getting rid of the flies, but you need them in order to get rid of the flesh-eating disease. So now the flies are really not even. You just dumped a bunch of flies just to screw with. This is what it boils down to.
Yeah.
I told my dad about it. He's like, "Well, have you ever heard of the government doing anything right lately?" And I'm going, "No, never mind."
Problem is that wasn't lately. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
They've been on a streak, Kenny. Not the
They've been on a 400-year streak.
so, but yeah, but the screwworm is a problem now, and from my understanding, it hadn't been a problem since the 1970s.
Really.
Yep,
Hmm.
but and it was intentional.
Yeah.
That's that's the whole crappy thing about it. It was all intentional. So anyway, what do we know, right? I mean, we've only been around the farm life what since you were infant.
Pretty much, probably since from right the time I got home from the hospital, I guess.
Washington people. I mean, I'm not doing anything that Will Rogers didn't say about him. I mean, he just didn't use profanity.
Yeah. We could use more Will Rogers in our life right now.
Right. He just was plain spoken, threw humor in it more than I did, obviously.
Hmm.
Comparing myself to this man.
Yeah.
He said he never met a man he didn't like. That's not the same with
He wasn't alive in 2026, is he?
That's not. I'm not representing that. I'm not hoisting that flag. No, 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 no. Hell no. I worked in the legal field. Will Rogers didn't.
Yeah.
You know, when
He,
you're
he
just when
he
you're going.
probably had a thing or two to say about lawyers too. So
Oh yeah, well he did. If you ever
yeah,
go to any of the, if you ever Google some of his quotes, he was always
hmm
like, most of the politicians and lawyers, they don't like,
yeah,
that's what he ran on is the old all shucks boy, and
yeah.
I like everyone, and
Have you
which
been to his museum in Claremore?
I have.
Have you? I have not been there.
Yeah, I went
Yeah,
as a kid when I was
yeah,
a
yeah,
too. I've been a couple times actually.
yeah,
There, tell you what's up there too is there's a firearm museum.
yeah,
It's all of
yeah.
the
Gun museum and stuff. Yeah.
Yep,
hmm
it's pretty neat.
Yep.
So, but
hmm
now here was the thing. I remember I had a professor at OSU that was just a huge, huge Will Rogers fan.
hmm
He was he just loved him to death. He was just could not say enough about him, and I just refuse to think that there's not some darkness somewhere. It's just human nature where we're not the only perfect person's been here is supposed to be Jesus Christ. So I just think
Exactly. Yeah.
so I'm thinking, I'm awful afraid to put someone up on that pedestal like that.
Yeah.
And that he was sure that there was nothing ever wrong with the man ever.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I maybe it's nice to think that someone from Oklahoma could be that wholesome. Okay.
Made that big of an impact worldwide too.
Right. There's a lot of good stories out of Oklahoma, and
Yeah.
Will Rogers is a good one. And
Yeah.
I don't want to bag on him too much. So, but I will say that the full story of Will Rogers, I just wonder what's out there because I don't think we ever got the full story. Okay,
Yeah.
it's always been
The
PG
good. Yeah.
rated,
Yeah.
you know,
hmm
and it was an era back then where it wasn't a gotcha politician time era back then. They kept secrets like Kennedy messing around and all that type of stuff. The secrets were kept back then by journalists and the media and other and just people in general. They didn't throw all their stuff out there.
Yeah.
What I would say probably every political class that I took at Oklahoma State, I always said the beginning of the real mudslinging started with Dick Nixon, whatever the Watergate. Okay, but my perspective as an adult starting to vote in the 1990s, my perspective has always been it started with Bill Clinton. It started when they couldn't find any other way to attack him. They went with the sex thing and
Yeah.
the intern.
Yeah.
They could not ever attack him on the merits, all of his ideas. They had to attack him on a family issue,
Domestic dispute.
domestic. And I'm going to tell you, and you can blame everyone can blame Newt Greenwich for that one.
hmm
Newt was the driving force behind that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was the first time I really started hearing a bunch of mudslinging in politics too. So
I just thought that was low, and there's no getting Jack back in the box. You're just going to, if you're going to run for office, you're going to have to understand you're going to own your peccadillos.
yeah.
And especially now with anyone can just anyone can do a fake account, and next thing you know, all your information's out there, and you don't know who really did it.
Yep.
Okay. It,
Especially with AI now and stuff.
yes.
So
So and that's why we're talking 2 episodes ago, you and I,
yeah.
about people wanting to run for office, some of which have ran already and won some, but they're maybe consider running again and all that.
hmm
They never addressed any of these issues of their past. They kind of swept everything in the rug.
hmm
That we, some of them were the coaches I was talking about,
Yeah.
that and married students and stuff like that. I don't see how anywhere around this stuff like that, if that's out there in the past, it's going to come up to the front now.
Yeah.
How would it not be, Kenny? I mean,
Exactly.
I, this talk is just not a more of a public service announcement. I'm not trying to bag on anybody. You just better
Well,
expect it to happen.
winning politics has become a dirty game,
Yes,
and people are going to go to any extent they can.
and
So
I've said it. I say it again. You better be able to talk about everything. I mean everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good, bad, and ugly, it doesn't matter. You better be able to talk about it. And if you can't, you better really consider your candidacy.
Yeah.
That's a nice way I can put it. That I mean, I wasn't too harsh, was it?
Nope. Nope.
I
Nope.
mean,
Nope.
I'm just trying
It's
to. I'm that's actually trying to help someone. I'm just trying to save you a whole lot of headaches out there. If you're thinking, you better really consider it because surely that won't come up. It's gonna come up.
it's going to come up.
It's gonna come up. Just
Yep.
throwing that out there.
It doesn't matter what it was either.
No, no,
If your opponent can use it for leverage, they're going to bring it up.
yeah, and that's just part of life. You got to own it.
Mm, yeah.
That's why. That's why I'm so blunt and why I talk now. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're gonna really try to do something like this or run, even the show, if it's just the show itself, uh, people are just yearning for truth, real people
Hmm.
giving it to you straight.
Yeah.
They just are. They're tired of all this shit, and
Yep.
and I am too.
Hmm.
I mean, that's and state level, we'll see. Timmons is still the guy, by the way. I doubled down and looked back after our show. I watched the show. I
Hmm.
went back and researched. I went and looked at him again. Timmons is the guy. The word I couldn't come up with, I figured it out when we were offline for Sneed. Sneed is vague because he doesn't want to be pinned down on by anybody. It means he's bought and paid for by the corporations.
Yeah.
So Timmons is your guy. I don't know if Timmons will be your guy later. He may be. I hope the best for him. He
Yeah.
could just fall in line and be just like Sneed and take all the money later. I don't know. I hope not.
Yeah.
But currently, right now, he's not taking it.
Yeah.
And let's see. That's we're hoping and praying that he's better than that shit.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it.
Yep.
So anyway, at least that's as you said. If you want something that's not stagnant, I'm quoting you.
Hmm.
You got to vote with somebody different. You got to
Yeah.
go, and that's the guy.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
alrighty. Other than that, I really don't have any OSU stuff.
So,
Uh,
hey, I got a question for you. How's your Pony Warriors going?
Still going on. I've really kind of want to do something more in August now, I think, and
Yeah.
closer to the election filing and
Hmm.
all that in December. And also it's scheduling. I finally did get a schedule where of current things right now are going on uh,
Hmm.
over in Warner,
Hmm.
and I was looking about first I was looking at mid July, but I think August might be better because of just trying to get more people involved with it and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty optimistic about it.
Yeah.
In general, I just don't want to set something up and then it not be ready. You know,
Yeah.
and
Makes
that's why,
sense.
and that's why I took a lot of time for it.
Yeah.
Also got cases going on. I'm not,
Yeah.
like I said, the retirement thing might have been a joke at this point.
Yeah.
I got more shit. By the way, I didn't know how much storming you guys have got over there. I got trees down out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm having to pull the Kubota around and dig and
Mm.
pull trees out of the pasture and all
Didn't
that
get
stuff.
storms here, but we got a whole bunch of rain. Actually, we didn't really get a whole. We got quite a bit of rain Saturday, I believe, but that was about it. And I was sick all weekend, so I didn't even leave the house. So
Yeah, you told me. So you don't have COVID, right?
no, it wasn't COVID. This is a medication deal.
Oh, okay,
So
good.
yeah, yep. And it just took a while for it to run its course and all that. It started about Friday evening, and Sunday I finally felt good enough to run to the store right quick and grab some food, and then stayed home from work Monday, and then went back to work Tuesday. Even Tuesday I wasn't feeling that great, but yesterday and today I feel really good. So
That was a legitimate question about the COVID, though. I got a friend, and you know him over in
yeah,
Stillwater. He's
hmm
got it
yeah,
right now as we speak.
hmm
It's that
yeah.
it's still out there.
Yeah, another friend of mine was sick, but she had at work, but she had a virus of some sort. It wasn't COVID, but she had some kind of virus, and she was out for about a week. So, but nope, I'm all good now, and
Good.
yep. So,
What you got anything going on this weekend, Major?
Let's see. Tomorrow, I don't think so. Saturday. Oh, tomorrow I'm gonna try to go up to Dad's house and do a few things. Start trying to get his place ready to sell.
Right.
And then Saturday I've got a photo shoot Saturday afternoon. I thought the weather was going to cancel it, but now the weather is going to hold off. Looks like. And then Sunday. I mean Sunday, just regular Sunday stuff, church, and just getting ready for work week.
Well, that's good.
So,
I looking at the Muskogee Phoenix website to see if there's anything else to report that you would of interest,
oh yeah,
and I don't think so. Not that I
I
can
didn't even
see.
know they had a website.
MuskogeePhoenix.com,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and they got one.
I think last time I tried to go to it, you had to pay to even do anything. So,
Oh, I have to pay.
oh okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Well, that's part of the gig as a lawyer. You got to know what the local news is, even if it's
yeah,
not that much. I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah,
got to see what it was way more interesting when some of the other people that used to be there as reporters who are now no longer with us or deceased.
yeah.
Uh, I won't name their names, but when they were on there, it was
Mm-hmm.
a little more livelier as far as
Mm-hmm.
the reading.
Yeah.
But now it's more just, kind of like a country magazine.
Somebody's cat got stuck in a tree, and somebody come out and got him out.
Pretty much. I mean, true.
Yeah. Letter to the editor.
Yep. I don't even know if they have that anymore, Kenny. I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I think they just said to hell with what everybody else thinks. We're
Yeah.
just going to put out our
Yeah.
little flyer, and
Yeah. Put our obituaries and our public announcements and
I'm not
hope.
going to lie. I don't care if they listen to me or not. If what
Yeah.
they say
Yeah.
about us or whatever on Muskogee Phoenix, they are a hard periodical to read now. They
Really.
just are. They at one time they actually reported news.
Yeah.
Now it is just a fluff piece. Looks like a country flyer. It's
Yeah.
it's
The,
awful.
the internet is did. I mean, internet's a good thing, but it just destroyed the news.
I'm not talking
Whether
about
what,
that, dude.
and I know, but I'm saying it.
Uh,
They couldn't keep good reporters, at newspapers and so
well, they reined it in. They did
yeah,
is
yeah,
basically Muskogee. Whenever these two people either got fired or killed or
yeah,
died or
yeah,
whatever, they however they passed. No disrespect to them, but I would say that what they did is they just said, you know what, we're not going to do that. They're trying to do what 60 Minutes did. 60 Minutes, CBS. I don't know if you know what's going on with there, but Scott Pelley got fired because he
mm,
integrity of the stories and all that.
yeah,
You know, CBS and some of these guys are like every 20 years they can't help themselves. They just think that they got to get in the corporate in there and not. They don't give a shit about the truth or in journalistic integrity.
yeah,
And this is what happens, and then they wonder why nobody wants to see them anymore or watch them. Okay, I'm pretty much done with 60 Minutes, especially if Leslie Stahl doesn't make it back. I
yeah,
mean, it's not even going to be real journalism anymore at that point. And
mm,
and I it's sad. It's the state of the country. It's what's going on up high. And this is the reason why we need corporations out of our politics because corporations are determining what the news is on 60 Minutes, not the journalistic standard of helping the public.
yep,
It's all going to be about the corporate.
mm-hmm,
It's a sad day in America. It just is. Mike Wallace, Edward R. Morrow, all these people who stood up against McCarthyism and all that back in the day because of First Amendment rights, they're rolling over in their grave. They're rolling over in their grave for this shit. It's awful.
mm-hmm,
So most people don't even know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
So then that's the sad part. If you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about right now, that is sad. And that speaks for the education. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. education in this country and this state specifically needs
especially here. Yeah.
needs to get better. If you don't understand anything I just said, am I wrong, Kenny?
Nope.
Thank you. And that's all I got for today, Kenny.
That's about all I've got too. So, hmm.
Yeah. So
Well,
I hope your weekend's good. I don't know if you'll hear from me or not this weekend. I got some things going on.
yeah,
But I don't know what's happening Saturday, so I'll holler at you.
yeah,
Um,
that'll
yeah,
work. Yeah.
yeah, just give you a text or whatever. But
Mm,
let me know whenever, and I'll do the review. And
yeah.
everybody out there, I hope everybody has a great week. Maybe a great 2 weeks because the consistency has been
Yeah.
every 2 weeks we do
Yeah.
this. We just had a lot of
Yeah.
stuff going on.
A lot of
Uh,
stuff, and then we was going to record last week, but I got sick. So,
if anybody would like to be a guest and talk conspiracy theories, I think Kenny sent out a request for possible guests. Is that
yeah,
correct?
absolutely. I threw it out on my Facebook page, and there was a few people that kind of bit, and most of them are people from work.
I
But
would.
I meant to talk to a couple of them, and I just haven't had the chance. So,
What do you think they're going to want to talk about? Like Bigfoot, crap like that? What?
um,
Or anybody
I
that
have no
thinks
idea.
I'd love to
Yeah.
talk to someone that actually think there's a Yeti out there. I want to hear this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to hear the theory.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I've heard a lot
I've
of theory.
I've got somebody in mind, and then
Uh,
and this person is I see this person just about daily. So I'll next week I'll have a visit at work and see if they'd be interested.
okay.
Especially now, and it might be have to record on a kind of Friday, like mid morning or something like that, because we all get Fridays off now. So I know this other person will be off work.
Okay, before we get off here, and then you can sign off for us, right? As soon as we get off,
Mm.
here, I want your prediction. It's now 3-1. Knicks over the Spurs. Do the Knicks win the next game?
No,
No.
they don't win the next game, but they'll win the series.
Do you think it'll go to game 7?
I think it'll go to game 7, and I think Knicks will win it in game 7.
I'm going to kindly disagree. If it goes to game 7, the Spurs will win it.
Yeah.
And I will throw this out here. And you want your conspiracy theory story? Games were thrown if that happens.
Yeah.
It just obvious the talent distribution amongst the teams. I mean, you know what I'm going with this.
I know exactly where you're going. It
Do you have,
reminds me of a movie called Blue Chips.
so you have the same feel.
Yeah.
If that were to happen,
If that happens.
if
Well,
that-
yeah. The last several years, like every series, last 2 series always goes to game 7.
yeah, that's what I mean.
You know, and because
That's money.
it's money. It's make almost double the amount of money if they do 7 games versus 4. So
Yeah. Just throwing it out there. We could be wrong. They may win it to, the next game, and we're all look like, no, they don't know what they're talking about.
they
And,
just look like a bunch of dumb rednecks from Oklahoma.
and guess what? I would take that because then maybe it might be on the up and up. Because if it does everything we're saying, rigged.
Yeah.
Hope they get that. We're trying. We hope you're right. We hope we're wrong.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong.
We will find out tomorrow night.
I hope I'm wrong. But I think NBA is going to level it out to 7 games. And even if you are right in Knicks winning in the 7th game, it's still suspect.
Uh-huh.
I mean, after seeing that.
Yep.
Anyway. Food for thought, everyone.
Yep.
Hope you have a great week.
Have a great week, everybody. And I guess now that everything's done, it's time to go back to the stables because the pony show is over.
The same Kenny time, but the same pony channel. Have a great week, y'all.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.